Hi everyone, Dr. Nick here, family chiropractor. I was asked by a patient of mine if it was safe for their baby to be put into a jolly jumper that was just given to them recently as a present. Really good question. The answer depends on how old that child is, and more specifically where they're at with their development of postural integrity, their developmental milestones. So ultimately, the short answer is, in my opinion, to minimize stress on that spine is wait till that infant or child is able to pull themselves up to stand on their own. So they don't have to necessarily be freestanding, but at least pull themselves up to on the couch or to the edge of a chair, using their hand to stand themselves up. What that means at that stage is that they've developed the strength and endurance in the muscles of their legs to support their weight. They've also developed the strength and endurance of the muscles through their spine to support their body in an upright gravity perspective, which is really important, because if you go to put them in a jolly jumper before they've developed those postural muscular strengths and postures, is you're taking a child that is used to being either on their tummy or on their back, and only able to control their head and neck and their upper back by pushing themselves up on the ground, but haven't yet been, by themselves able to control the forces of gravity upright. If you take that child who can't do that and then you expose them to an up and down bouncing motion that you're putting them through, well, that's putting some stress through their body and their spine that they're not ready for yet. They haven't developed that skill, they haven't developed that muscular integrity and endurance, and they haven't even developed the postural curves that develops through their spine by going through the appropriate milestones of development. So in my opinion, it would definitely be the safest thing to be patient and get excited for the time that your child is able to pull themselves up to stand on their own, and then be excited to have some time playing on that jolly jumper. And just take note, they'll eventually get tired when you notice that their posture is starting to sag and drop and they don't have control of themselves as far as their posture goes when they're on that jolly jumper, either because they've gotten tired, then take them out. It's not meant to be a place to put your baby for an hour so that you can do things. Think of it more as an active playtime, getting exposed to gravity. It's quite a good exercise at the appropriate developmental stage of their growing up. Hopefully that was helpful to understand why it's not a good idea to jump into the jolly jumper too early.